Hi there. I know it's really tough being a new agent to the business, real estate agent, that is. And so the big question I get a lot from a lot of agents is, how do I get leads? Well, first of all, it's important to know that as you are an entrepreneur in this business, you have to get your name out there, just like Coca-Cola and McDonald's. You see the signs, right? Well, you have your logos. Whatever company you're with, definitely want to brand that logo along with your name, or if you're a team, whatever the case may be, you want to go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do, another way to get your name out there is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you how you can do it if you are a member of the HAR. That's the Houston Association of Realtors. We have a program. So if you can see my screen here, I'm going to go ahead and make that bigger. Uh, Go into HR. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so when you log into your members portal, you can access the MLS here and look for some properties and lead gen that way. As far as maybe looking up people who had a lease that closed a year ago, you could reach out to them and find out if they're looking to buy now. It's been a year. Or you can build through here on the side, it says tools. And so we're going to look at third-party tools. And we're going to look at Remine. So Remine or Remine, some different ways of pronouncing it, is a way that you can create your own geo-farming and send out a particular postcard to a neighborhood that you want to farm. And so I hit the search button. I'm going to go ahead and click on an address so we can pick one. Um, this one shows a recent, so I don't remember what that was, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It gives you two choices from the address. Do you want to use the property details? Do we want to know all that? No, right now what we want to do is look at the map. So we're going to click on the map. And then when you click on the map, it gives you this option around that particular neighborhood. So currently that property is not on the market, which is fine. So what we're going to do is maybe we want to farm around that neighborhood. And so we will pick the different filters. Right now, I have some filters on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn those off. Yeah, so you just hit the X button here and it turns them off. And now you see that I took off those filters. There's a bunch of little dots. Well, what these dots represent is different houses, right? And they're going to change colors based on what we look at. So I'm going to look at the home equity, and now look at the difference. So if it's a light brown, they have no equity. It says zero. If they have the kind of brown, reddish brown, they have at least 10 years, 10% equity, and then 25%, and then 50% equity. So I'm going to check the box for 50% and hit apply. So that's really awesome because now you see the dots have narrowed down. And if you look up here to the top right corner, it says there's 53 houses. So maybe I just want to look at those 53 houses and send them something that lets them know I'm a realtor in this, you're a professional in this neighborhood. Or we can zoom out and then it'll give us a little bit more. You see, so now we're up to 162. So it just depends on your price point, where you want to go with this. And so we will, let me get myself out the way here. We will go over to the list, click on list. And let's say we want to do 162, but some of them might be under, being represented by another agent, listed on the MLS, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to go ahead and check them. And so then we go through and they're all checked. All right. There's 17 pages it shows. Okay, great, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it to the cart and we're going to give it a name. And so I'm just going to call it Missouri City for now. Okay. And then add the properties to that cart. Oh, what happened? Let's do it again. So Missouri City, and that's the name. Okay, now I had to click on the name to create it. And then now I have 162 properties in my cart. So I'm going to go to the cart. Okay, so we'll go over here to where it says carts. And there it is. There's Missouri City right on the top. That's what I named this cart. So now it's populating those properties. And we are going to, once they're all loaded, we're going to check them all. Okay, we're gonna check. And we could do this, if you have time, you can go through and look at different ones and see which ones you do want, which ones you don't want. Um, Maybe there's some that are listed. If they are, then I would uncheck them. So I'm just looking through here, making sure. Okay, all right, looks good. So far, so good. And then I'm going to, it has two pages here, so I'm going to go to the second page just to verify because I don't technically want to mail to another agent's listing. So I just want to verify that they're not under contract. See, here we go. There's one that's already listed. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off because it's active. Yes, so no, we don't want to do what we're not supposed to do, right? So here we go. So we can send mailers, we can hit these three dots and we can print the mailing labels and just mail something else. Or we can hit more. I think that's it. And then we can hit send mailer. So once we do, this little window pops up. If you've already used it, I've already used it. You get $10 off 50. Okay, so then I'm gonna call this again. This is Missouri City Outbound. Or maybe intro. Yeah, let's call it intro. Because what I want to do is I'm going to begin the mailing and I'm going to introduce myself to the people. Okay. Okay, and so then here I'm so far it looks like for 100 pieces at this small postcard, it would be $83. But I usually like to send the bigger one, which is 6 by 8.5. Okay, and so it's going to be about $87. So again, it's all based on your budget. When we did the remind back again here at the beginning, you could have chosen a smaller section. Okay, that's what right here. So this is we could have started with a smaller section, but I ended up with the 162, which is fine. Okay, and so now here I am in my postcards. And then general farming is where I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, let's go back. I saw that they had new realtor. Maybe you can send it right here, new realtor. Okay. And then they give you different outlines to pick, buying or selling a home, call me, first name, last name, add some pictures, um, get honest, experienced help buying or selling your home. So these are all really good ones that you can actually pick. And then once you pick them, you personalize them. You add your pictures as you go along. It asks you who do you want to mail it to, the owners that are actually there, or maybe absentee owners. You can pick your colors, and that's a nice thing about LPT. We can pick any colors we want. Okay, and then we go on to next at the bottom. And then here it's going to ask you for to provide your picture. Since mine's already in the system, my picture is already there. You can even add your logo. I do have a logo. I can put my logo there. And then they have their own pictures, which I'm fine with that. They can leave their own pictures in there. All right. So then, and then I'm going to choose my logo. Since it's not here, I'm going to go ahead and upload it from my folder here. Let's see. Where did it go? And then, let's see. There it is. Okay. And there's my team. Okay, here we go. The logo. So then I'll click that and then it'll add my logo. There it is. And then I can hit refresh and it'll show me my logo. There it is. There's my logo. Okay. And then for some reason my picture is upside down. I don't know why. But anyways, and so then here, and then you can add bullet points. You know, why would they choose you as a realtor? You know, we have a active marketing plan where, you know, I'm really uh, communicative. I local neighbor realtor, so on and so forth. So then once you fill in everything and you're ready, then you can hit next. You go down to the bottom here, you can add the office number if you like. Um, I have a number that I bought. And then my cell phone, I can put that in here. Okay. And then I can even add my email. So if you want to do that, Tina at the group.com and then hit next. All right, cool. So I'm not sure why my picture is coming out at the top there. That doesn't make any sense. All right, and so then, you know, here's the verbiage, you can change it. Here's the bullets where you can change. And then once you're ready, you hit next. And then here it is, it's ready for you to order. And you can see the ones I've ordered in the past. But I'm not going to order because I'm going to, this was just an example. And so I don't know why, that's weird. Okay, so I'm not going to choose this when I decide to order a mail out, to introduce myself to a neighborhood. But that's it. That's basically what you would do using HAR and using the Remine program that is provided to you as a member of HAR. All right, so remember to like this video and share it. If there's any questions you might have, please DM me or reach out. My number is on um, the website or either way, any way you want to get a hold of me, please reach out. All right. Thanks a lot for tuning in and we will talk soon. Thanks.